Hey, New Society, Farrah ETH here, founder number 7, Director of Marketing at Gilded and local Ethereum. I'm here to talk to you about ENS names and why you might want to grab one. So, way back in the early days of the information superhighway or the internet, the web was read and write only. This is known as Web 1. In order to visit a website, you had to type a long string of numbers that directed you to the website you were trying to visit. This string of characters is known as an IP address and looks something like this. Do you recognize this website? Let's check it out. Surprise, it's Google. Domain Name Service, or DNS, emerged to provide a way to translate that convoluted string of numbers into a legible address that humans like you and I can remember. DNS services work by keeping track of all the domain names and directing users to the correct IP address when they input the domain name, for instance, google.com. Well, what does this have to do with ENS, or the Ethereum name service? Enter Web3, a version of the internet built on decentralized protocols that you access with your Web3 wallet instead of a username and password. Instead of storing data on the website that might be compromised, your identity is verified by signing a transaction with your Web3 wallet that only you hold the private key to. Web3 runs on crypto, and in order to transfer crypto from one account to another requires a public key, which is a relatively long cryptic address or string of numbers. Here's where we run into a similar problem to Web 1. This is my public key right here. Pretty impossible to remember and easy to mess up. Sure, you could copy and paste the address, but it's possible for malware to compromise your computer and swap out your legitimate copy and pasted address with the crypto address of a scammer. Unless you're vigilant, you might never notice. Malware aside, unlike visiting websites where if you mess up the IP address, you could retype it again with no consequence, if you mess up the crypto address, your funds will flow into the void and there's no getting them back. That's where the Ethereum name service comes in. The Ethereum name service, or ENS, is a distributed open protocol, an extensible naming system based on the Ethereum blockchain. What does that mean? It means you can register an easy to remember name like Farrah ETH that's associated with your public wallet, so you won't have to remember or copy and paste your wallet address. Now, it doesn't work for every single protocol, and sometimes you'll still have to use your public key, but as Web3 matures, and I'm finding that happens less and less often. Now, ENS is not exactly functionally the same as DNS. It's technically possible to create a blockchain-based website or profile with your ENS name through the IFPS protocol, but that's a discussion best saved for another day. The main benefit of an ENS is being able to provide a simple, easy-to-remember address for anyone who wants to send you crypto or NFTs. Mine, again, is Farrah.eth. Suppose Tim wanted to send me some funds or an NFT, which he's entirely welcome to do. All he would have to do is go to his Web3 wallet, hit send, and type in Farrah.eth. I'll show you what that looks like. So you see my wallet address automatically populates. Another benefit is that the wallet will recognize if you're typing in an invalid ENS name, so it's easier to catch a mistake. And I could do the same with Tim's ENS name. And now I'm going to show you how to get your own. So you'll want to go to app.ens.domains, and you'll want to hit connect, and you're going to click MetaMask if you're using MetaMask, or one of the other options if you're using one of the less popular wallets. And so now I'm connected. It recognizes me as my ENS, and I'm going to search for a name that I would like to register as an ENS name. And I recommend looking for your first and last name, or even your first name or your first name and last initial. It's kind of important to get that. So here we are. I can see the name I would like is available, so I'm going to go ahead and click register. And I'm going to increase that period to 5 years. Doing this saves you some gas, and it saves you from having to re-register this if you don't want to do this every year. So I'm going to sign the first transaction with my wallet, and this is the request to register the domain. And that's a transaction that's being processed on the blockchain. And the reason we're waiting is because the protocol is making sure another person isn't trying to register the same name at the same time. So now we're ready to move on to the next step. So I'm going to hit register. And I'm confirming the registration with my Web3 wallet. The gas fee for this varies. If it seems kind of high, I recommend checking back at an unconventional hour. Usually the middle of the night, the gas fee is low, but right now this is pretty good. So now this transaction is pending on the blockchain to register this ENS name to my wallet address. So we're just waiting for that to be confirmed on the blockchain. And it's been confirmed. I could look in my wallet and see that this went through. Show you what that looks like. And you don't have to do this, but if you're interested, this is what it looks like on a block explorer. So I now own this ENS domain, and I could go on Twitter and be like the cool kids and change it to my display name. As the Web3 ecosystem matures, I think ENS will become increasingly important. I believe that every individual and every company will need one. So get yours today.